So what's new with Apple? Well, Apple released their new iPhone 17, and obviously they said that it's their best iPhone ever. Well, maybe lower your expectations a little bit about it. Why didn't you say it's gonna be an awe-dropping event? Like, I'm supposed to be awe-dropped from the new releases, right? Well, just don't expect crazy things, okay? But it's still the best iPhone we've ever made. All right, and also that was not it, because they also released a new Apple Watch and a new AirPods, which, in my opinion, is kind of the coolest thing that they released today. Well, let's start with the iPhone then. Okay, let's start with the iPhone. And the new iPhone 17 is not really that different. Like, they started with the colors and they gave us the colors that the iPhone will have, and it's gonna be lavender, mist blue, black, white, and sage, which is kind of cool, but still, everyone puts cases on their phones, you know? Well, I also made a case. Look how cool it looks. Seriously? You call that cool? Hey, I worked hard to make this design. We even made a strap that you can connect to your case. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. This new strap that you made is probably the ugliest thing that you made today. How dare you? Anyways, back to the iPhone 17. So for the screen size, it's gonna be 6.3 inches, which is slightly bigger than the iPhone 16, which was 6.1. It's also gonna have a new processor, which is a new A19 chip, so it's gonna be faster, and the display is gonna be better, and all those things. And they obviously talked about the camera and how the camera is mind-blowing and super good, stuff that they talk about every year. But the new change that they added, which I kind of like, is the protection that they added to the iPhone. So they will have a ceramic shield, which is a 7-layer anti-reflective coating that is going to protect the iPhone from the front and the back. So it's going to be pretty tough, or we will see. Like, we didn't see it in action yet, and I know a lot of people, once they get the new iPhone, will start trying to break it to see how tough it is. But yeah, it's supposed to be pretty tough. And for the price of the iPhone 17, well, it will start at $799. So I guess that's the same price as last year's iPhone. So yeah, not much of a change here. And now we go to the iPhone 17 Pro, which they also started with the colors. So we will have 3 colors for that: silver, dark blue, and bright orange, which I kind of like. Thank you, we worked hard for that. Yeah, sure it did. Anyways, they also added a new design look for the 17 Pro, so they added a bump to the camera, which makes it a little new. But a lot of people don't like this new design, and I want to hear your opinion about it. But anyways, that's it for the design. And for the 17 Pro, they did talk a lot about the cameras. So they have 3 rear 48 megapixel cameras and 1 front camera. So they said how great the new cameras are gonna be. So yeah, that's what Apple does every year, talk about the cameras. But it will have a better zoom and better low light, and it can take raw footage, which is kind of cool. They even said that they filmed the whole launch event on the 17 Pro, which I think is actually pretty cool. See, I told you it's awesome. Okay, but other than the camera, do you have anything that's new? The battery? Yeah, the battery is apparently better, which they also keep saying every year. Well, talk about the thermal system. Okay, that's true, because they now have a better cooling mechanism that will cool the device, and apparently it's going to be using some water in there. I don't know how that works. I really don't know. It's a lot of cool engineering that's put into it to keep your device cool. Like, it's called a vapor chamber, and because of that, it's going to be really, really good for gaming, AI tools, and editing photos and videos. So yeah, it's actually used for heavy duty stuff, which is pretty nice. But I don't know if it's any different than the older iPhones, because yeah, I don't see any new changes with it. Fair. And for the price, it will start at $1099 for the Pro and $1199 for the Pro Max. So I don't know if it's worth it if you have like the iPhone 15 or 16. I don't know if it's worth it to change to the iPhone 17, but yeah, that's basically it for the iPhone 17. Because they actually made an iPhone now that doesn't have a number. The new iPhone Air. Yeah, our thinnest iPhone yet. Yeah, like, it's super thin, only 5.6 millimeter edges, which is really thin. And for the size, it's gonna be a 6.5 inch always on display, and it's made of 80% recycled titanium, so not bad for a super thin phone. And for the colors, it's black, white, gold, and sky blue, and apparently it's made of spacecraft titanium, which is the strongest ceramic shield that's made, so It's supposed to be super durable. That's what they said. But we never know about those things until we actually get them. Like, we don't know if it's gonna bend, it's gonna break easily. We don't know. But they said that it's gonna be very durable and very thin. Oh yeah, and you know the SIM cards that we put in our phones? Well, they won't exist in this phone anymore because it's only eSIM. And it's only eSIM worldwide. So no matter where you buy this phone, it won't accept SIM cards. So I don't know if there are any countries that don't have eSIMs, and there probably are countries that don't have eSIMs, but yeah, if you buy this iPhone Air in a country that doesn't have an eSIM, well, you won't have a SIM card. But yeah, and for the price, it will start at $9.99. And yeah, that's basically it for the iPhones. Nothing mind-blowing in this whole event. Like they did say it's an awe-dropping event. I'm not awe-dropped yet. Well, what about the AirPods? Those are cool. Actually, you're right. I was very impressed by the AirPods. So the new AirPods will have a new and better active noise cancellation. They redesigned it, they made it smaller so that it wouldn't fall if you're working out or, you know, running or anything. And they give you 5 ear tip sizes, which is pretty neat. And also it's IP57 rating for sweat and water resistance, which is pretty good for workouts. And it has a built-in heart rate sensor, which tracks your heart rate, calorie burn, and activity. And it works with the new Workout Buddy app that they're having, like that's being used by the Apple Intelligence. By the way, they did not talk much about Apple Intelligence in this event, but yeah, it's gonna work with the new Workout Buddy app. And it will have up to 8 hours of listening time on a single charge, which is also pretty cool. Like, so far, I was impressed, but the part that really impressed me is the live language translation. See, we make good stuff. Okay, you know what? This one I'll give you credit for, because this live translation feature makes your AirPods into an interpreter, like a 24/7 interpreter. So your AirPods now can translate speech in real time. So if you're talking to someone in a different language and you don't know that language, it can be translated on your AirPods, which I think is super cool, but also kind of scary because one, people can't talk about anyone behind their back in different languages. Seriously, that's what scares you. But 2 is that what will happen to the interpreter job, like the people who translate conversations and stuff? Is that job gone now? What's gonna happen to them? I don't know. But anyways, for the AirPods, it will also have a better sound and noise quality, and for the price, it's gonna be the same as last year's, which is $249. So this one I give credit to Apple, because this one is pretty cool. We also released the new Apple Watch. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the Apple Watch for some reason, but yeah, this new Apple Watch Series 11 will be the thinnest Apple Watch ever, which is not bad. And it will have a better battery, like up to 24 hours on a single charge. But also when it comes to health, it can now detect possible high blood pressure, which is hypertension, using AI. So this one is pretty cool. But that's not all for the health, because they also have something called a sleep score, which gives you a daily sleep quality rating based on your rest patterns. So it tells you how many hours you are in the REM cycle and how many hours in other cycles. But yeah, that's actually nice. And for durability, which they did focus a lot on durability during this event, this Apple Watch will be twice as tough as the other Apple Watches. And it's going to come in 42 millimeters and 46 millimeters in sizes. And now it will accept 5G connectivity, which is faster and better than LTE. So yeah, they made some changes in the Apple Watch too. And for the price, it starts at $399, which I think also is the same price as last year. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, pretty nice. I'm not mind blown with the Apple Watch, but it's nice. Like, I'm not as disappointed in the Apple Watch as I am for the iPhone. And they released the Apple Watch Ultra 3, which is basically bigger, brighter, and more expensive. Like, it costs $799, but it also stays up to 48 hours on a single charge, so that's not bad, and it connects to satellite. But for that price, I don't know. They also released the Apple Watch SE3, which can stay up to 18 hours per charge, and it will have the sleep score, wrist temperature, sleep apnea alerts, I don't think it will have the heart rate monitor that the Apple Watch 11 will have, but still not bad for a 249 watch, which thinking about it is still kind of expensive, but yeah, still not bad. Honestly, I want to know your opinion about this, because for me, the Apple Watches are pretty cool, nothing crazy, but some good new add-ons. The AirPods Pro, well, I'm really impressed by. Like, I actually like these the most in this event. But yeah, the iPhone, yeah, that's a little disappointing. Like, we'll see how the iPhone Air will do, but not that much of an awe-dropping iPhone here. Oh well, people will buy it anyways. You know what, Apple? Surprisingly, people have been moving away from Apple phones. Yeah, people have been going to Google and Samsung, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what you will do this year. Oh, I'm scared. Anyways, I want to know your opinion, guys, about this whole event and the new iPhone. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.